All right, welcome to the Palace. This is our first of the many episodes that we're going to call our popcorn Palace popcorn. So welcome here. You know me, Jerry. We've done a couple videos now, and we got Frank right here from the Palace. He's one of our founding members. You have yet to meet him, but I wanted to bring him on. This will be one of our once a week episodes that we're going to talk about movies, TV, streaming, entertainment. So expect once a week me and Frank are gonna chop it up about movies and stuff we love. So Frank, without further ado, go ahead and introduce yourself. Tell people a little bit about yourself and how we kind of started the Discord and what the Discord's about.
What's up, Jerry? Thanks for having me. As always, appreciate it. I'm Frank, Tank Dog. Some of you guys might know me on the Discord as Tank Dog. Basically, just jumped in with Jerry and BZ. I know we talked about our Sally. He hasn't here yet, but basically moved with them and created the Discord and been here ever since. NFTs, veve, all day, Top Shot, Strike, pretty much everything. We talk a lot of sports. UFC in particular is my kind of niche genre area. I do all sports, but I think I strive in UFC. We're here to talk about a little bit of movies and TV shows as well. I love movies, love TV shows, and we're just here to give you some recommendations.
That's awesome, man. And you and me connected a lot on movies. That stuff we love. We love sports. Our Discords, obviously primarily veve. That's where you guys, know that we talk about and NFTs, but sports, movies, entertainment. I click with these boys over here. So yeah, man. So 5 movies to watch. It could be all genres. It could be current, a little bit old school. So I'll go ahead and start off first with my first 5 movies in no particular order. First recommendation is going to be The Big Hit with Mark Wahlberg. I don't have all the details on the years here, but I was growing up in high school, man. That was a funny movie with Mark Wahlberg, and one of my favorite parts is the exchange with Lou Diamond Phillips, man. It's so freaking hilarious. So highly recommend. It's action, it's comedy. It's obviously nothing to take serious, but if you want to have a good time and just see some pure comedy, man, check it out. Did you see that?
Star-studded cast too. Kind of reminds me of The Italian Job.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, check it out, dude. Recommend that. That's my first movie, The Big Hit, one of my all-time favorites. Christina Applegate is in that one. That's funny. Desperado is my second one. Desperado is one of my we'll do a top 10 movies here soon, but that's definitely my top 10 all time. I saw it growing up, obviously. Antonio Banderas, I'm Mexican, so it's kind of cool. It's like this guy was like Mexican, but anyways, he comes out with a suitcase and he's in the bar and it's like action packed, pops the suitcase, guns everywhere. It's just pure adrenaline action, with a little bit of fun stuff in there. So I love watching that growing up. I watch it over and over all the time, different action explosions. Directed by Robert Rodriguez, who, we're going to do a lot of tie-ins into stuff that we're currently watching that's out there and stuff that's, affects veve in a sense. But Robert Rodriguez directed and was producing the Boba Fett show. So some of you guys might watch that. We're going to talk a lot of Star Wars on the Discord and amongst, our
Did he
channel.
do Sin City?
He did. I believe he did Sin City 2 or it might have been 1. Yeah, we'll get some stats on that. But yeah, he did a lot of movies, man. But
oh yeah,
Desperado is definitely high recommend with Tony Banderas and Salma Hayek. So good stuff, man. Then let's go to the next one. It's going to be, for me, The Accountant. I just actually watched this several months ago for the first time. I always, been wanting to see it, and I'm like, oh, I'll catch it. Ben Affleck, kind of like a hitman kind of situation, but he's got a lot of cool stuff in there. Action thriller. Check it out. Highly recommend it. Ben Affleck, obviously, you guys seen as Batman in DC Universe for a little bit for Snyderverse. So. But I think it's an underrated little gem. Check it out. I'm kind of running around and doing some cool stuff. So check out The Accountant. Also, the next one for me is Wind River. I also saw this one around the same time I watched The Accountant just recently, a few years ago, or a few months ago. I think it's on Netflix right now. You guys can watch it on there. And it's got a great cast. It's got Scarlet Witch. That's Elizabeth Olsen, who plays Scarlet Witch, and Hawkeye, played by Jeremy Renner. But it's based on true story, real events drama, and I think it was produced or directed by Tyler Sheridan, who's done, I think he's responsible for Yellowstone and a couple other awesome movies and TV shows. So I recommend check it out. It's a gripping drama thriller. So, but it's actually based on true story. The Wind River, great film. And the last recommend for me is Kick-Ass. So it's an older movie. I also saw this probably, I don't know, early mid 2000s, right? Did have a sequel, same cast. Kick-Ass to me is underrated. I like it. I probably watch it once a year. It's super funny. It's got action. It's gritty. It's raw. It's a different take on a superhero, right? It's a, if you guys have seen it or haven't seen it, check it out. But again, essentially, it's like another like a kid out of high school, essentially like the Spider-Man story, except without real superpowers. He just said, "I want to go ahead and fight crime, and do good in the community," and puts on a costume and kind of looks like a fool doing it, but he's out there with guts and trying to go out and fight the bad guys. So cool movie. Nicolas Cage plays a good character in there, a superhero. Chloe Moretz plays Hit Girl. But again, with this one, I also like it, and it's kind of relevant these days, is Aaron Taylor Johnson played the lead, right?
Yep.
He, went on to do a lot of action movies, and he also played Quicksilver alongside Scarlet Witch in Age of Ultron. He was in the Marvel Universe. No spoilers, but it's an older movie, but he didn't make it past that movie. And ironically enough, what you're going to get on our Discord is a lot of current information that's happening. Some of you might know, some may have no idea, but Aaron Taylor Johnson is cast as Kraven, the Hunter, in the new Spider-Man spin-off movie for Sony that's going to start shooting here in the next year. And he's going to be a big part of the Spider-Man universe going forward, and that's played by Aaron Taylor Johnson, who's the lead in Kick-Ass. Another piece of alpha is the best friend of Aaron Taylor Johnson in Kick-Ass is, what's his name? Evan Peters, right? Evan Peters played Quicksilver in the Fox X-Men movie, and he also tied into WandaVision, if you're following along on Disney Plus, as the faux Quicksilver. I believe he's still going to pop up as Quicksilver, and ultimately that was another version of Quicksilver, and it's going to be probably told over the next couple movies in the Marvel universe. So those are my recommendations. Kick-Ass is it's hard to watch with kids because it's got a lot of cool action and graphics or graphic violence, but it's definitely
swearing.
Yeah, swearing. Yeah. Those are my 5. We're going to kick it over to Frankie, talk about your 5, and then we'll go from there. We'll bounce a little bit back.
All right, those great 5. Let's see if I can give a equivalent 5. All right, my first one, I'm going to go with Hell or High Water. Great Western movie. 2016, I think came out. Ben Foster. I forgot the other actor's name.
Jeff
basically,
Daniels?
Jeff Bridges, but it's the other guy. I forgot the leading actor. But basically, they're trying to save the family's ranch, bank robberies, and the brothers Ben Foster, and he's just got out of prison. He is just a wild card in this movie, and it is just a thriller through and through. One of my favorite movies. Like Jerry said, we'll go over our top of all time, but definitely a good Western movie, but with some high stakes, bank robbing, gun shooting, just a great movie. So that would be my first one. My second one we'll move on to is Zombieland.
Mm-hmm.
I love zombies. I love Zombieland. Jamie Eisenberg, Woody Harrelson. I mean, you even get a Bill Murray appearance in there.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, just killing zombies, Twinkies. He can't even get a Twinkie. That's all he wants is a Twinkie. Still doesn't get his Twinkie until the very end he gets his Twinkie. So, plus got a little comedy in there too.
Absolutely.
So that's another one I like to for my number 2. My third one, I'm going to go with Donnie Brasco.
That's good.
Donnie Brasco, Al Pacino, Johnny Depp.
Little throwback, baby.
Just a throwback, intense crime movie. Like, Johnny Depp is an informant, but he really is getting in with, Al Pacino and gets himself too involved that he starts believing that he's one of them. And, he has to step back to reality, Johnny Depp, and realize like, whoa, I know what I'm here for. I know what my job is. I got to take this guy down. But they were like family. Mm-hmm. And it's just a great movie. A little long, but it definitely keeps you entertained throughout. It's like one of those like Shawshank. It's long, but you could just watch the entirety of it. So
intense drama.
Yeah, definitely. That was 3. So 4, I'm gonna go with War Dogs.
Oh, yeah.
What's Jonah Hill
Jonah Hill
and
and Miles Teller.
Miles Teller. What would you say? Laundering, right?
Yeah, money,
Ammo, guns,
gun.
money. I mean,
What did they call it? Jonah Hill says that they were. What did he call it? Not drug trafficking, but
oh yeah.
he said,
Yeah. He laughs like
um,
yeah,
arms
I
dealers.
forgot.
They were arms dealers. They said we're arms dealers. Yeah,
Just Joe. Miles Teller. Just I think he's doing back massages, like or
yeah,
massages for people. Like he's just broke, bottoming out. He's got a kid on the way, and
yeah. And
you
that was
know
directed by Todd not Todd Phillips. So man, I'm stuck right there. Might have been same director was the one who directed The Joker and who actually started by directing the Hangovers, man. Shoot, it's gonna kill me, but yeah, that's a good one, man. Go ahead.
yeah, no, it's just just action, some drama in there, and just another wild card movie where just trying to make a little money, and he bumps into his Jonah Hill, and the rest is history. They make a ton of money and they're living life, but man, the things they got to go through to move this money and launder this money, and then guys are getting screwed in the end, and it's
Yeah,
just it's a very good movie. Definitely
that's
recommended.
that's directed by Todd Phillips. So I did have it right. So Todd Phillips, who was originally comedy, but then did drama, and also it's also based. I believe there's based on a true story, loosely based on a true story. Yeah.
Yes. And then my fifth one, I'll just throw a classic in there. Role models. I mean, Stifler, Paul Rudd.
All right. Yeah.
These guys are just they both have their problems, and they both need to go to like a not an AA, but it's like an anger management, right?
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
and they have to take care of some kids, and one is
Christopher Mintz-Plasse, who's the McLovin from, and also
McLovin. Yeah,
he also
yes,
plays a role in Kick-Ass, so you can tie that in
yeah.
there.
I mean, it's
It's a good
be
one.
aware when you watch it with kids or anything, because it's not
Again,
for kids. A lot of swearing and stuff, but just
not a
a
good role
funny,
model.
underrated movie that
Agreed.
I don't think it's a lot of talk about, but it's
No.
definitely it's definitely funny. So
It's a sleeper, bro. It's a sleeper.
yeah, I think so. So I
Yeah.
think those are my top 5 for the weekend. So check them out: Hell or High Water, Zombieland, Role Models, Donnie Brasco, War Dogs. 5
Awesome.
bangers for the weekend to get you through.
All right, I'm gonna read off my 5 again just to recap. We'll go to our next segment. The Big Hit, Desperado, The Accountant, Wind River, and Kick-Ass. So going to our next segment is going to be what we are currently watching or what we've recently watched. That could be across movies and or TV shows or streaming. I'm going to go first. We're going to do 3. My first is going to be the Peacemaker show, DC's Peacemaker, the extended, John Cena character from the Suicide Squad, directed by James Gunn on HBO Max. The finale just aired 2 days ago from today's date. Today's February 18th. I actually haven't seen the finale, so I'm probably going to watch that here tonight, but I've watched every other episode leading to it. Obviously, it's wacky. It's crazy. It's got a little bit of, dark drama in there with some real, sensitive moments with John Cena, if you've seen it, but it's really cool. A lot of father-son story in there. It's kind of crazy, but definitely recommend checking that out. I'm going to finish that. Word is they might do a season 2. It's done very well, so I'm excited about that. But check it out. Cool, funny action show that you guys should check out on HBO Max. My next one is, and Frank and I will agree on this, that we've talked a lot about this, is Ozark. I just finished it probably a couple weeks ago on Netflix. The first half of the final season, sadly enough, on Netflix. But man, I love that. Our boy is Marty Bird, man. You can't shake him, man. Right?
Is
Marty
he your
Bird.
favorite character in the show? Who is your favorite character in the show?
Dude, I don't know. Dude, it's hard. I mean, Ruth is probably up there because she is. I mean, watch the final episode of that, and she just kills it. I mean, I really, really like her character. So I would probably say her and Bird, man, but they might go right up there, man.
I always tell you, Jerry, how can I be calm like Marty? I feel like every situation he's in, it could be life, death, anything.
Right.
Like he's just cool. Like we'll take care of it.
Like you said, right? We try to be like cool like Marty, right? He goes,
cool,
hey,
like Marty.
We'll figure it out. $100K.
Yeah,
I'll get you $100K.
Don't worry about it. We'll take care of
Yeah,
it. He
we'll
can have a
take care
gun
of
to
it.
his head, and
Just
he's
let
just
me
like,
take care of it.
we'll get the
Yeah,
money.
dealing with the cartel, the FBI, the the opioid dealers inside town, the mob. I mean, this guy, nothing can phase this guy, man. I mean,
His own family's
his
betraying him. Like,
yeah, oof, it's crazy. Definitely check it out. If you have not seen it, I know we have talked to a lot of our
yes.
community members that haven't seen it or have, maybe started it. Definitely. I mean, if you like drama and you like good thrillers and, stuff that's, intense, that's a show to watch. So the final second half of the show is going to be airing at the end of this year. So check that out. We'll talk about it as we get to it, but that's the other one. And the third one for me is going to be a show on Amazon Prime. It's called Goliath. Amazon show. It's had 4 seasons. I just finished season 3 a couple of weeks ago. I have to watch season 4, but I really like it. It's a nice drama. Takes place in Southern California. That's my hometown. So I've seen a lot of the places led by Billy Bob Thornton, who's in the show. And once he's on there, he talks about, he's dealing every season is dealing with a different set of circumstances, and he's a big shot lawyer, but who's been down on his luck over time. And every episode is great drama. I think he's won some awards for it. The show's won some acclaims for it. So definitely check that out. It's one that I have to go back and watch season 3, but really good show. What would you say? Courtroom drama type show. So with a little bit of real world, implications that could be in happening currently. He battles corporations, big entities, so many cool things in there. So those are my 3. Frankie, you have 3 that you currently either watching or been watching or saw recently?
Yeah, I just started Pam and Tom. That's on Hulu.
That's on my list. I gotta watch that, man. I gotta watch.
That's pretty self-explanatory. It's pretty much
Really
his
good.
video got leaked. Seth
Good
Rogen's
actors.
in it. I think everyone knows Sebastian Stan, Civil
Yep.
War, Captain
Winter
America. I mean,
Soldier.
you guys know.
Winter Soldier.
I mean, you would look at what's his name, Tommy Lee, and be like, "Wait a minute, that's Winter Soldier!" Like, just wow.
They did an amazing job, right? I haven't seen the show, but I've seen all those commercials, and they did a great job replicating their look, man. Even
not with kids. Again, don't
watch that recommended for kids.
Yeah, definitely not. So, but that's one I just started. Now with Hulu, it's weird because they only drop once a week. I don't know if that's Hulu's thing, but like they're only giving us a one episode a week. Now, I don't know how, we feel about episodes a week, or do we like just all drop right away?
That's a good question. If you ask me how I feel, I like both. I like where you can watch one a week, kind of like the Disney Plus is doing that, where you watch. Now, when they first start a show, like HBO Max even, they might give you 2 or 3 to start, right? They're like, in Prime, I'm not sure if they did that, or Hulu, but sometimes they'll give you the first 2 episodes you can watch, and then the rest are on a week rollout, right? And I do like something to look forward to. It's like, oh, we've got another episode. It also gives you a chance to digest and talk about what just happened and process it versus the binge model. I think, and I also like that because like Ozark, you can go and watch it one night or 2 nights, and you're like, I want to see the next one. I want to see the next one, right? So those I think there's a place for both, in my opinion, because I do like that. So like at Pam and Tommy, if you've seen it, if that's how they're releasing it, then yeah, you're in a week-to-week model. But there's plenty of shows that you can binge. But you might see a lot more of that going forward when they stretch it out to maybe a few episodes at a time, because a lot of times what happens in the social media aspect is, you get a lot of traction on a show, let's say like Cobra Kai or like The Witcher that Netflix binges. People talk about it like right as it comes out for a week or 2, maybe a month, and then it dies off. It tapers. But if you're talking about Mandalorian or something on Disney Plus or HBO Max, you talk about it for 2 to 3 months as it's streaming. So it's getting a much longer traction on marketing and, repetition. So that's how the business side of it works, just from what I've seen. And that's, and I think there's a place for both, but I believe you're going to start seeing more of that long form model coming in the future.
I tend to agree. I like both. I mean, I just waiting week to week reminds me of watching The Sopranos every Sunday, right?
Oh yeah.
And just you anticipate you're home, you're locked in with the family, you're ready to go at 9 p.m. Yep. You hear that noise, that distinct HBO noise, that click, you know what I mean? And you look forward to that noise every Sunday more than the show. So exactly. I kind of like both. I agree with you. So I like binging. I like having the opportunity to binge, and I like anticipating and like getting
Yeah.
my wife and like I can't wait till Sunday.
Yeah.
Like we got something to look forward to. So
100.
I like both.
And I think that's the beauty about being where we're at. We get a little bit of all of it, man. You know, it's not all that or all binge. You know, it's to kind of change. And to me too, HBO. Same thing happened when and I did with Sopranos was out. You know, that's how it
Game
rolled
of
out. When
Thrones,
Game of Thrones was out,
thing.
it's like I gotta watch. It's like, oh, what just happened? You gotta wait 1 week. You want to see the sneak peek? You want? Oh, man. Yeah. No joke, man. I'm with you.
So yeah, that's Pam and Tom. Like I think I'm on. I think there's episode 4. Or, yeah, that's where we're on. I think episode 5 maybe released this week. I don't know. So that's one for me that I'm watching. The second one I'm watching is Servant. Yeah. That is on Apple TV. Now that's season 3 that just came out. First season, great. Second season, I'm already invested. Right. Gotcha. So I feel like I might as well go for season 3 because I'm already invested in 1 and 2. Why stop now? Yeah. So it just, I don't know if there's any popular actresses in that show, but it's an M. Night Shyamalan show. I think a lot of people who know M. Night either like his work or you don't. I mean, Sixth Sense, Devil. I mean,
he just came out with old. I haven't seen that show, but I'm intrigued. If it's on your list, I want to check it out, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's like I said, first season great, second season, but when you're already invested, you might as well already go all in.
Yeah, give it a shot.
And then my third show right now I'm watching. It just started, Bel-Air. I was a Fresh Prince guy. I love Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. It was just reminds me when I was growing up, watching it, Martin, all those shows. So this is just a renewal of Bel-Air.
It's a new take.
Yeah, and they pay homage really to Uncle Phil, and it's great, and it's fresh, and it's not like Fresh Prince of Bel-Air when you were watching back then. So it's a little bit more intense, fresh. I like that. I like it that it's a little bit more updated. So, and that's on Paramount Plus. I know it's a subscription. But,
is it Paramount Plus? I know that was Peacock.
No, I think it's Paramount. It's either Paramount Plus or Peacock.
All right, check it out. Now, is that all one episode a week, or is that that's what you're saying, or is it? Yeah. Okay. Do you know how that show?
I only watched the first episode.
Do you know how that show came to be? Do you know why that show?
The new one?
Yeah. Do you know how it came to existence? You want to know the story about it? Okay, so I guess the guy, and I don't know if it's the actors in it now, but the ones who co-producing that with Will Smith made a video in homage to Fresh Prince because they were fans of it growing up, and they made probably like a YouTube short, like a commercial that it was a different take. It was what if it was a real take on Fresh Prince instead of like the campy old school feel good lucky story. It's a more serious tone. What if they flipped it on its head? So they created this like little mini short, maybe even a short film, like maybe like a 10. I don't remember what it was. I saw it like last year. Anyways, they made this thing online and it went viral, and Will Smith saw it and he goes like, I like this take. I'm going to reach out to these guys and I'm going to make this show based off of that. So that's how it started. And Will Smith met the guys, and now I believe whoever was making that were behind the scenes to create this version. And some people who don't know that story, and I just seen some stuff online, they didn't like some of that because they're like, this isn't Fresh Prince. But no, if they really knew what it was, they would appreciate it. So exactly. I want to check it out for that. So that's a cool one, but that's a good story to know. All right, so that wraps up what we're currently watching or been watching recently. What we're also going to do every week is we're going to talk about something that either just came out or that's coming out or just now that we're going to watch, me and Frank together. We'll watch it, and then we're going to talk about it next week, right? So, Frank, what's that show this week that's interesting for everybody that check out? We don't know anything about it yet other than what we've seen on trailers. Talk about it.
Okay, so this is a movie. It's on Netflix. It may not be for everyone, but I'm going to watch it, and I'll give you my review, and that's going to be the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Now, it's a brand new one, 2022, Leatherface, 50 years. He's been hidden. He comes back, he's got the chainsaw with the face. I mean, what more do you want? I mean, it's slashing, it's chainsaw, it's killing, it's Leatherface. So we're going to go in this weekend. It just came out Friday. We're going to check it out this weekend. And we're going to get a review on it.
Yeah, we're gonna do this, and we'll watch it, and then next week on next video we'll review it, we'll recap, and then we'll do that again for the following week on another either show or movie that we can check out and talk about. And you guys in the comments, feel free to tell us your opinions on these movies that we're talking about, these shows that we're talking about that we're currently watching or recently watched, and then if there's any other movies that you want us to talk about that get opinions on or recommend recommendations, we might actually put them on one of our future channels. So that's the base three things that we're going to talk about. It's the movies, the 5 of the week, the 3 that we're currently watching, and a recommendation that's new that we're going to review for next week. So we're going to probably take these last 5 minutes to just talk a little bit about what we like about movies and TV shows. What you're going to have to look for in the future is we're going to do top 5 actors, actresses, TV shows, at least in our opinion. Movies and things like that. We'll tie in little tie-ins with other genres, things like that. But Frank, let me ask you, what do you love about movies that get you so pumped up? What do you look forward to when you watch one, either at home or if you're going to go see it? What gets you hyped up and pumped about going to catch something you haven't seen before?
I'm going to be honest. My favorite thing to watch in a movie or going to the movies, I'm going to be honest, is the popcorn. I love popcorn, and I could watch any movie, whether it be good or bad, as long as I have a bowl of popcorn in me. Yeah. But just any movie in general, I just love the drama, the suspense, the thrills, it could even be like a rom-com even. Yeah. I could get a little tearjerker. That's that's fine, but just movies in general, as I was growing up, always captivated me, and I've always watched movies. And like I said, just having a big bowl of popcorn, salted butter with a thing of Milk Duds or Raisinets. I mean,
what do you wash it down with? What are you drinking?
Probably a Coke.
Yeah, right on.
Or Dr. Pepper, one of the two.
Yeah, no, that's cool, man. That's awesome. And I mean, that's one of the reasons I think we collab once we, start our Discord, like immediately, man. I love when me and Frank were thinking about in our Sally, we're thinking about a show or a movie, and you're like, oh, who's that guy? And I was like, what do you know about it? Tell me more about it. And I'm like, oh, that's who's that? Ben Stiller. I love doing that, man. So
we did that sci-fi thing.
Yeah, we did a sci-fi thing with our Sally. We'll have to bring our Sally in here to talk about our top sci-fi movies. That's going to be another special episode, so that'll be fun. But yeah, no, that's awesome, dude. Popcorn. I love popcorn. Every time I go to the theater, at least I got to get a bowl of popcorn, right? At my house, I always got a box. What do you get? I get the Butter Lovers movie popcorn. What do you get?
Over Redenbacher, kettle corn, or But the thing is that there is a certain type of salt that the theaters use, and there's a certain type of butter they use. So, like, I honestly want to invest in a maker. I don't even know why I don't have one, but I want like a big stand maker and just homemade and just have it popping.
You should just ask them at the theater.
I thought about it.
Yeah. We'll have to get that we'll have to figure that out.
I've Googled it. I've Googled it. It's a different type of butter, and then the salt. It really is a different salt. It's not popcorn salt that you find at your grocery store. It's like one you got to find on Amazon or something.
Yeah. Well, what I like to do when I'm looking at movies, especially now, obviously we tie things into I'm always thinking, we got Marvel, DC, all these other characters. I'm like, oh, I know what's coming. I see a lot of this in the, interwebs and all that stuff. So it's super cool to tie all that in with DC. Batman's coming out. I mean, we're going to be talking a lot about that. That's going to be awesome. To tie in real quick, I got the War Dogs IMDb up here. Todd Phillips.
Oh, yeah.
So also, what is it? I'm looking at this here. Todd Phillips, Miles Teller. Okay, so actually it was Hell and High Water when I pulled that up. Tyler Sheridan wrote that movie. Tyler Sheridan was the same guy who did Yellowstone, who also did Wind River, the true story, right? Another tidbit I just thought about was another show that it's just extra credit on this one. I just remembered. So to tie in with Tyler Sheridan, super busy guy, does really good content that he's putting out there. On Paramount Plus, there's a show called Mayor of Kingstown, starring Jeremy Renner, who just played Hawkeye, obviously, in the Hawkeye show on Disney Plus. Simultaneously, this show came out December. December. It's the Mayor of Kingstown. He's the lead in that. great drama produced by Taylor Sheridan. So definitely recommend that. If you like Hell and High Water, you like Yellowstone, you like these movies, recommend that show. That's an extra credit one for you guys. But that's pretty much it. You're going to be looking forward. We're going to be looking forward to talking to you guys a lot more. Subscribe to the channel, the Palace Discord. Join the Discord, like the video, comment. Let us know what you think. We're going to be bringing some guests in here, from time to time, but me and Frank are going to hold it down. Again, this is Popcorn in the Palace Popcorn. So Palace Popcorn episode 1. So until the next time, thanks for showing up. And the Palace is in the building. The gates are always open, baby.
Always. Thanks, Jerry.
Yeah, you got it, guys. Catch you next one.
See you next time. All right.